It's time to go inside the mega events with some of the biggest names in the trillion-dollar world of sports. Let's go beyond the scoreboard with the sports professor, Rick Horrow.
I'm the sports professor, Rick Horrow. Welcome to Beyond the Scoreboard, Inside the Mega Events. It's a trillion-dollar sports business, to be sure, and about 50 to 60% of those dollars are wrapped up in the mega events, the championships, Super Bowls, All-Star Games, World Series, Wimbledon, tennis majors, golf majors, NASCAR championships, IndyCar championships, Ryder Cup. All of those too numerous to mention. I'm in my office to kick off the show, but I'm not here a lot. I'll be on the road on a weekly basis to bring you the inside tips from those major events. The balance sheets, who wins, who loses, the interviews, how you put on the events, and how you sustain them. This is all brought to you by Edelman Financial.
Money doesn't come with instructions. That's why we created Edelman Financial Services to help you with everything from college and retirement planning to managing your investments, helping you achieve retirement security. We're among the nation's top financial advisors. Come see how we can help you.
Sports Professor Rick Horrow, spotlight on Major League Baseball. The epicenter is Houston, but it's also right here, the ballpark of the Palm Beaches. By the way, it's a facility that opened a few years ago with the Nationals and the Astros. It's the only time in baseball history where both teams who share a spring training location face each other in the World Series. Palm Beach Sports Commission talks about the economic impact, the awareness, the branding, all very significant as we move forward. For the series itself, who are the winners? Well, Fox gets about $50 million for each game beyond 4 that the series goes. Certainly exciting. The teams pretty well equally matched in the boardroom, about $1.8 billion of value, about $208 million of payroll. So the decisions of who wins and who loses happen on the field as they should. Finally, and maybe most important, $19,000. That's the value of the commissioner's trophy that's bestowed on Major League Baseball's champion. I'll tell you this, the value, prestige, excitement about the series winner, a lot more than 19 grand, you can be sure. Rick Horrow, sports professor, spotlight on the World Series.
Thank you, Steve. The Cal Ripken Senior Foundation was created in 2001 by Cal, Bill, and the Ripken family to honor their father, who was the ultimate coach to so many young athletes in so many ways. The mission of the Ripken Foundation is to help build character and teach life lessons to underserved young people through sports and educational programs in some of the toughest communities in the United States. This year, the Ripken Foundation is on track to impact over 1.5 million underserved kids across the country through their partnerships with 561 youth-serving organizations and law enforcement agencies. This field is number 84 for the Cal Ripken Senior Foundation, and there are many, many, many more on the horizon. We call them youth development parks, and they're designed simply to give our young people a clean and safe place. To close out the event this morning, it's my pleasure to call upon two distinguished gentlemen. Dan Towers is the founding CEO of Group 1001. He's a member of the board of the Cal Ripken Senior Foundation and a major donor to this magnificent project. A man who I know cares deeply about the welfare of America's children. And of course, we have baseball's Iron Man, Cal Ripken Jr. And upon retirement from the game of baseball, he and his brother Cal created the Cal Ripken Senior Foundation to honor the legacy of their dad, Cal Ripken Sr., who really was the ultimate life coach to so many young people. I can attest personally to the fantastic work the family and organization are doing. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome my friend Dan Towers and Cal Ripken Jr.
Well, thank you. It's just a great day to be here. You know, Group 1001, we really do believe in the power of sports and education to change lives and help build communities. And as we've gotten involved in these programs, we've just seen the impact that happens in the communities. I can remember when an athletic director at one of the ball fields ran out to me and talked about how it not only changed the school, the kids at the school, but the parents' involvement, It impacted the cheerleaders, the band, the pep rallies, and all the things that happen with that. It all comes about having the opportunity to get on the field and play, the ability and the opportunity to participate. And we believe that the life lessons learned on these fields go hand in hand with education, which just really opens doors and opportunities to kids and to communities. And so it's something that we believe strongly in. And so we're just so happy to partner with the Cal Ripken Senior Foundation to be a part of fields like this and days like this, where we really get to see the finished product and just the bright hope in everybody's eyes as to what lies ahead in the days to come. So thanks for letting us be here today, and we're really excited for your community and what lies ahead.
I made Dan go first because I was still trying to figure out what I might want to say. It's my job to actually give you a little bit of understanding of how the Cal Ripken Senior Foundation started. Cal Ripken Senior was my dad. We used to call it the Encyclopedia of Baseball, but he dedicated his life to coaching. He got hurt really young as a player, didn't get to fulfill his dream like I did and my brother Billy did. So he made a lifetime out of helping other people achieve their dreams. And he was, the first 14 years of my life, he was in the minor leagues. He was a minor league manager and instructor, which meant he played a father role to many of the kids that came in. Kids from all over the country, all different backgrounds, and they all had in common this desire to play baseball and make it. So Dad was more a parent sometimes than actually a coach. But also, he used his status as a coach during those times on Saturday mornings to go out and be with kids that didn't have all the same structure or the advantages. And he was a dad to those kids as well. And he used sport to kind of communicate to them, and then used sport to actually communicate about life to them. And so he helped so many kids, and I witnessed that as a child when I went along with him. And my motives were selfish. I went along with my dad so I could spend time with my dad, in the car ride over and back. But I saw the magic that he had. So when I lost my dad to lung cancer, and he was only 63 years old, about 20 years ago, we decided to capture what Dad's legacy was by starting the Cal Ripken Senior Foundation and capture that magic. So in a sense, we use baseball the same way he did to get in front of kids and give them an opportunity and a chance. And we all know how valuable sports are. I mean, it teaches us so many different lessons. I mean, your individual responsibility to the team, and also how to work together as a team. So when I started thinking about this, and Tom referenced it in the Hall of Fame, I get to go up to the Hall of Fame. I was inducted in '07, and I get to go up to the Hall of Fame every year for the new inductees and listen to their speeches. And invariably, when they go back over their life and start to think who was instrumental in their lives, they start to identify a teacher, a coach, someone early on that took a special interest in them in sport that helped carry them through. And that is the magic that my dad used to use, and that's the magic that we continue to use. We couldn't be more proud in Dad's name to help as many kids as we could. And there's one program that we're especially proud of that I should mention to you. It's our Badges for Baseball program. And our Badges for Baseball program is essentially, we train law enforcement a little bit about baseball. And then they go and trade in tough areas to form a relationship with those kids. So we turn police officers into coaches. And then we start that relationship with the coach. And the kids benefit greatly because they have adults who care. And the law enforcement are seen now in a more positive light. And that really works well for them too. So it's a marriage really made, but it's not so much that they're teaching baseball and we're finding the next big league baseball player. We're appealing to them because it's fun, and we're helping them in their problems in their everyday life. So we're creating mentorships, and we couldn't be more proud of that. So in the name of my father and from the Ripken family, we want to celebrate this field today. But I think the greatest part about celebrating the field is not the pomp and circumstance that happen now. It's when you come back and see how it's used. When you see people out there enjoying it and seeing the lessons each and every day. And that's what we feel is most important. So thank you all for coming, and thank you all for your support.
Thank you, Cal, and thank you, Dan. And 84 fields, 1.5 million youth served all over the country. When you look at the support here, the school district, the individual school, Group 1001, the alderman of the district, obviously the Parks District as well, obviously the Chicago Cubs, and Cal Ripken on behalf of his dad, you can see that this is an incredible public-private partnership that sets the tone all over the country for number 85 and beyond, and this particular process and field is in good hands. Thank you all for coming. Now the fun starts. Now we do the ribbon cutting. Those on the stage, please go back to home plate, and you guys who are with the schools, kind of line up with your schools back there. Thank you all very much for coming.